as it is. So let's dive right in. Let's do that.
¿Cómo? ¿Cómo?
All right. So
Ahora practiquemos las formas. Vamos.
this is a virtual reality framework. First, the learner is engrossed in this VR, virtual reality interface, and they're met with this introductory review. All right, so we click on this portal here. Okay, it says, so touch the cylinder. We have this cone, we touch it, incorrecto. We touch this cube, it's incorrecto. Cilindro is right here, and it opens a portal for us. And there we go. Now we're advanced to the next level here.
Toca el cubo.
All right, our cube is right here. Toca el cubo. We advance to our next level here. We are still in this environment. Right here. We advance to our next level. Yeah, so this is a formative assessment that can be used in the classroom as virtual education. Last thing we got to touch is our esfera, which is right here, our sphere. We touch it. And here we are to advance to our final level. Yeah, you see, I produce and make music, and a lot of the asset folder is comprised of some amazing beats that I've composed. But here we go. It says, congratulations, felicidades, you have learned your shapes, adios. So if you would like to play again, you can absolutely play again. If not, you don't have to play again. You've already learned the form. What we're gonna try to do now is load it onto our Oculus Quest headset. Let's see if this will work. All right, so if you can still see, we're gonna play one more time. Let's try to jump into this environment. Here we already see we are in the Oculus lobby space. Our assets are loading. And let's go 3-dimensional. And here's our view right here. And we're right back at the beginning. And we're loaded into the headset. And yes, that is our VR education app that we have created. Awesome. Voila.
Thank you, Chikondi. You can go ahead. I forgot who it is. I think it's Joey. It's Joey.
Once again, my mind is blown. This is so cool. And also, what little I heard of your beats, dope. Sounds great. Wow, this is so cool. So I have a couple questions. The first one is, so is this a plugin? Like, what did you start out with?
All right, so we were talking about capstones, and immediately I approached Brian about how I should approach my affinity with AR technology. And the framework that we used wasn't Ruby. It's an HTML framework called A-Frame.
Okay.
Which uses HTML so we're loading in A-Frame immediately. Here's just an example script that we have. We load an A-Frame, we have our boxes, we have our spheres, we have our cylinders, planes, whatever, and you got to kind of manipulate your environment to create whatever you're trying to achieve.
Cool. So then all of the levels, then I would surmise, are like hard coded in this HTML that the A-Frame then translates into this.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, there's multiple different complexities to all of this. And so we had event listeners on changing the color of whatever shape the mouse entered on,
Sure.
you know, opening the portals, loading in the different sounds and musics and this, that, this. So yeah.
This is like, just because I'm also very fascinated with AR and VR. So do you know, is this compatible with like other frameworks? If you wanted to use something like Vue.js doesn't really work for something like this. I mean, it could, but like if you wanted to use React or Angular, do you know if those play together nicely? Because I mean, you're talking about event listeners and stuff.
Our fearless leader, Brian Rice, actually, he was like, hey, let's try to make it work with Vue.js, and he kind of got it working. Ultimately, for me to accomplish what I was trying to do, I didn't use Vue.
Sure.
So yeah.
Cool. But it does, okay.
JavaScript is kind of what's the machine behind the scenes working through all of it.
Sure.
So
yeah, I'd be interested to know, because like Vue is very complex, but if you use something like React, it's a little more pared down, so it might like play a little nicer. Yeah, I don't know. So if I'm just trying to think of questions because I'm just like reeling because it's really cool. If you had more time and you were going to expand it, what would you like to add to it?
Ultimately, this virtual reality education will most probably be my life's work, and we'll probably transfer all of this into, you know, or actually we could work with JavaScript to track correct answers, wrong answers, to do more mobility with all the shapes and objects that we're throwing into these environments. And so that's kind of what we're gonna, or what I hope to do with this project.
Cool.
Just yeah, and you know, have different load in your user. What did you get correct? What do you already know? What scene do you need to be placed in? Where do we put you next? You know, like this was 3D objects. We can throw you in a kitchen. We can actually throw you into Madrid, Spain, and, you know, have you interact with a 3D 360 environment where you're using voice activation, where you're, I don't know, learning different salsa dances. It's possibilities are endless. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that really, really impressive, really great work.
Appreciate it.
Congrats.
Awesome.